ANC stalwart Gertrude Shope, who's passed away at the age of 99. Let's speak to the ANC Women's League now to get their view on her passing. Secretary General of the League, Nokuthula Nqaba, joining us this evening on Full View. A very good evening to you, ma'am. Good to have your time. How is the League reflecting on the passing of one of its former presidents?
Good evening, sir, and to the viewers and the listeners from home. Indeed, this is a great loss to many of us in the movement, also in the ANC Women's League, but also to the women of this country and beyond the borders of our country. Because when we talk of Mama or Gertrude, we talk of a person that was regarded highly internationally in terms of her responsibilities and the assignment that she was assigned with, and be able to achieve successfully and fulfilling the task at hand. So we're talking about a person who played a motherly role to many of our own, a champion of the struggle towards the liberation of this country. We talk about a policymaker that contributed immensely towards the development of this country, a leader that led with understanding that within the struggle in the movement, there is another struggle that is very unique by its very nature, that of the liberation and full emancipation of women, of her own movement, but also that of the country, so as to be liberated from our own homes, but also in our communities, and be recognized as women in terms of our contribution
Right.
and the role that we play in the society and in our families. So we talk of a special breed when we talk about Mama Shope as she has left us. We are still shocked. We're still in disbelief, because we were hoping to celebrate her birthday with her in person come the 15th of August, which is also a special month to women of this country, because it is a month that we celebrate the achievements made, but also the sweat of women of this country, which is the August month. Indeed, we are saddened and still in shock, even though she was sick, but we didn't expect that we will get this news at this hour. We were still hoping that come the 15th of August this year, we will spend some time with her.
You say she was a woman of a special breed. I wonder how much or how many of the lessons and the values that she carried are now alive and being carried from one generation to the next, especially within the ANC Women's League, which she led at a point.
The fact that we are ourselves, we pride ourselves of being a product of the policies that she has sharpened and championed in ensuring that we get to be recognized and be appreciated beyond the political affiliations and beyond our comfort, but also in the country at large, where she herself went abroad and represent our own interest and that of her country.
Right.
And through that, the doors were opened for many women to be exposed and lead in very key strategic positions. Indeed, we fully agree that there are areas where we did not do enough, but we're still hoping and trust that moving forward with our resilience, learning from her and standing in her shoulders as one of our giants, ultimately we will achieve and remain successfully to some of the outstanding things that we still have to do as women of this country, and leading her organization, not just women of this country. We are actually taking a baton from our gallant of yesteryears, and she's now part of those. And it is not an easy responsibility, to be honest with you, because if you understand her contribution and her history, you will then appreciate that indeed what we have carried on our shoulders, on our shoulders, at a time where we talk about the fight against the GBVF and the abuse against the children of this country. So indeed, we are trying our level best, and we stick by the core values of her own movement and also the tradition on how we should be doing things to remain respectful and also committed and dedicated in ensuring that we liberate the women and children of this country.
Lastly, and very briefly, please, ma'am, when you look at the story of Shope, it's well known within the ranks of the tripartite alliance in terms of a woman who was a towering figure. She left her job as a teacher at the age of 29 to join the ANC because she was protesting the Bantu education system. You've already spoken about everything else that she stood for. But what are you doing as a league to make sure that stories like hers are not lost with her death, that many others, long after you and I are gone, will remember her contribution?
She wrote her own book at the time where she was able to do so about the history of many other women of her caliber that contributed immensely into the liberation of this country and that of women and children. Beyond that, we were to also produce a book where we were going to have interviews, and we are not going to stop because it was going to be a gift in terms of the significance of the role and the impact that she has made to all of us, so that it is then being used as a point of reference even to the future leaders of this country and the younger generations and the other generations to come. But unfortunately, we're now talking about what happened today, which we did not expect, but that history will still be written beyond what is already in existence about what she has done for this country, because she has wrote her own history during her own time when she was still alive. Ours is to make sure that it does not get lost in the midst of many other things, such that we get to be encouraged by the work that she has done for this country, sacrificing anything and everything, but to ensure that the profession is not important than the liberation of the people of this country and the women and children. So we are committing that moving forward, we will leave no stone unturned. We will try our level best to mirror her and be able to assist the country in liberation of all of us. Thank you very much.
ANC Women's League Secretary General Nokuthula Nqaba reacting to the passing of the League's late former president, Shope, this evening. Gertrude Shope, who's passed away at the age of 99.